One morning, when Jude opened his eyes, he discovered something impossible. His heart froze. His breath vanished. His hands trembled as he slowly lifted the blanket covering his body. And right there, staring back at him, was a big, round, heavy, pregnant belly. He touched it with shaking hands, and the moment his palm pressed against it, he felt the weight, the pressure, the discomfort. He staggered backward. "No, this cannot be real. I am a man. How can I be pregnant?" His voice cracked. Fear filled his eyes. His world collapsed in a single moment. And that was the beginning of the most shocking experience of his life. Let me take you back to where the story truly began. Every morning before sunrise, Shoma dragged herself out of bed. Her back ached, her legs were weak, her eyes were heavy from sleepless nights. But she still stood up, because the home depended on her. She walked quietly into the kitchen and began her daily routine, washing last night's plates, scrubbing the sink, sweeping the floor, packing snacks for the children, preparing breakfast, arranging the living room, all while pushing through exhaustion. The kettle boiled softly. The frying pan sizzled. The house was alive with work, but empty of appreciation. There was no thank you, no well done, just silence. She paused for a brief moment, leaned slightly against the kitchen counter, closed her eyes and whispered, "I am tired, but I must continue." Then she forced herself back to work, because in that home, rest did not belong to her. Soon, Jude came downstairs in his fine suit, polished shoes, shining wristwatch, and proud walk. He smelled of wealth and success, but inside his heart lived pride and ego. He didn't greet her. He didn't say good morning. He didn't ask how she felt. His eyes simply searched for fault. "Shoma, why is this cushion not arranged properly? Why is the floor not shining? I go out every day to work and make money, and you cannot even maintain the house?" Shoma turned slowly, weak and breathless. Her voice trembled. "I have been working since morning, Jude. I am only tired." But before she could finish, he cut her off sharply. "Tired from what? You stay at home every day. My mother raised 8 children by herself and never complained." His words pierced her heart like a sharp knife. She swallowed her tears, turned back, and continued working. Because in that house, her voice did not matter. Little Nellie and Kelly sat quietly at the dining table, watching everything in silence. Children see more than adults think. Nellie leaned closer to Kelly and whispered softly, "Daddy doesn't love Mommy." Kelly nodded sadly. "Daddy is always angry. Daddy never smiles." Their small voices carried heavy truth. Shoma heard them. Her heart shattered inside, but she smiled at them, because mothers hide their pain, so their children won't cry. After cleaning, bending, lifting, scrubbing, cooking and pushing her body beyond its limit, Shoma prepared dinner with trembling hands. Her back hurt, her legs burned, her eyes were heavy, but she still cooked with love. Jude sat at the table, tasted the food, and frowned. "What is this? I don't like this food. Go and cook another one." Silence swallowed the room. Shoma stood still. Her heart sank. Her spirit broke. But she said nothing. She turned around and walked back to the kitchen to start all over again. From the dining table, little Nellie whispered, "Mommy deserves better." And truly, she did. One morning, tears rolled down her cheeks. Not because she didn't want the baby, but because she knew her suffering would increase. Her body was already tired, yet more burden was coming. She walked slowly to Jude and spoke gently. Jude, I am pregnant. Please, I need help this time. Maybe a nanny or a maid." Jude laughed coldly. "A nanny? For what? My mother never used one. You will manage." Her shoulders dropped, her spirit dimmed, her heart weakened, but she remained silent. Because in that home, her pain was invisible. Her belly grew heavier, her legs swelled, her back felt like it would break. Sometimes she stopped mid-step just to breathe. But did the work stop? No. She washed clothes, she scrubbed floors, she lifted heavy buckets, she cooked 3 meals a day, she carried groceries, she cleaned every mess. And whenever she paused, Jude shouted, "You are just pregnant, you are not sick." Tears rolled quietly, but she wiped them away because crying loudly was not allowed. A home that never remained clean. Every afternoon, the children returned from school full of energy. They scattered toys, they flipped cushions, they dropped crumbs everywhere. Shoma arranged and cleaned again and again, until her back ached so badly that she could hardly stand. Finally, she collapsed onto the couch, pressing her palm against her belly to ease the pain. That was the exact moment Jude walked in. He looked around and shouted, "Shoma, look at this place. Were you sleeping? What do you even do all day?" Her voice cracked as she cried, "I am tired, Jude. My body is weak. I have tried." But once again, he refused to understand. That night, the house slept peacefully, except Shoma. She lay awake, one hand on her belly, one hand wiping tears. Her heart broke in silence. She whispered softly, "God, please give me strength. I am trying, but I am tired." Her tears soaked the pillow. Her pain sank deep into her soul. But nobody saw it. Nobody heard it. Not even the man she called husband. While Jude slept peacefully beside her, the world around him shifted. The air grew heavy. The darkness felt strange. Something unknown entered his subconscious. Something life-changing. Something that would humble him and force him to understand the pain he ignored. And then, morning came. Jude opened his eyes. His body felt heavy, uncomfortable, strange. He stretched slowly. Something felt wrong. He lifted the blanket and froze. His eyes widened. His breath stopped. Right there was a pregnant belly. He touched it slowly. It was real. The weight was real. The pressure was real. The fear was real. His voice trembled. This cannot be real. I am a man. How can I be pregnant?" His nightmare had begun. Before he could even process what was happening, the children rushed in. "Daddy, we are hungry." He tried to stand. Pain shot through his back. He groaned. He dragged himself to the kitchen. The pot felt like a stone. The heat burned his face. The smell of oil made him dizzy. He tried to cook. The rice overboiled. The stew burned. Oil splashed on his hand. He shouted. Tears filled his eyes. The children complained. The kitchen was chaotic. And it was only morning. After breakfast disaster, he tried to clean the living room. He bent to pick up toys. His belly pulled painfully. His back tightened like a knot. He held the wall just to stand. He tried sweeping, but his hands shook. His breath became heavy. His legs weakened. He collapsed to the floor, sweat dripping, body shaking, eyes filled with tears. For the first time in his life, he understood. That pregnancy was not laziness, it was survival. Later that day, he dragged a bucket of clothes into the bathroom. The bucket felt like a mountain. He tried lifting it. Pain crushed his back. Water spilled across the floor. He slipped, but caught the wall. He tried scrubbing clothes. His wrists hurt. His waist burned. His belly tightened. Tears streamed down his face. There was no rest, no help, no comfort. And then, he remembered every time he called Shoma lazy. His heart sank. The next morning, he struggled to dress the children and take them to school. Every step was slow. The sun burned his skin. His back ached. His legs trembled. He walked like someone carrying stones inside his body. He finally returned home, collapsed on the couch, and fell into deep sleep. From exhaustion beyond words. Hours passed, school closed, parents picked up their children, but Nellie and Kelly were still sitting outside, alone, crying softly, because Jude forgot them. Meanwhile, the house was upside down, burnt food on the stove, plates everywhere, clothes scattered, the living room a mess. And Jude slept, pregnant, snoring in exhaustion. Then, the door opened. Shoma walked in. She stopped. Anger filled her eyes. Her voice thundered. "Jude, why are you sleeping? Look at this house. You cannot cook. You cannot clean. And you even forgot my children at school." Her words pierced his heart. He jumped up. He trembled. He cried. Not because of pregnancy pain, but because reality finally hit him. For the first time, he saw himself through her suffering. That night, Jude sat alone. No noise, no pride, no ego. Just deep silence. He replayed every scene in his head, every insult, every shout, every time he ignored her pain. Regret flooded his soul. He whispered softly, "I was wrong." Tears rolled slowly down his cheeks. He remembered the nights she cried alone, the days she worked until her body collapsed, the times she stayed silent, because he never listened. His chest tightened. He placed his hand over his heart. For the first time in his life, he felt remorse. Real remorse. Jude lay down slowly, his body weak, his heart heavy, his eyes wet with tears. He whispered one final word, "Forgive me." Silence filled the room, and slowly, he fell asleep. Morning came. The room was quiet. The light slowly entered through the curtains and rested across Jude's face. He opened his eyes slowly, weak, confused, breathing softly. His body felt lighter, different, unusual. His heart began to race. Something didn't feel the same. Slowly, his trembling hands moved to his stomach. He touched it. Flat, no weight, no pressure, no pregnancy. He froze. His eyes widened. His breath became shaky. He sat up gently, staring at his body, touching his stomach again and again, as if trying to confirm reality. What is this? Where is the belly? What happened to me? His heart pounded loudly in his chest, and then it hit him. A heavy wave of shock washed over him. He covered his face with both hands. His voice broke. So, it was a dream. I was dreaming. All that pain, all that suffering. He stood up slowly, still shaking, still trying to understand. His eyes filled with tears as his mind replayed everything he went through. The cleaning, the washing, the back pain, the exhaustion, the shouting, the loneliness, the tears. He whispered to himself, "Oh my God, this is what my wife has been going through. This is the pain she has been carrying. This is the struggle she faces every single day. And I thought it was nothing." He paced around the room, breathing heavily, holding his head, talking to himself like a man who just discovered a hidden truth. Why? Why did I treat her like that? Why did I make her suffer? Why didn't I see it? Why didn't I listen? Why did I let my pride blind me? His voice shook. Tears rolled down his cheeks. For the first time in his life, he felt deep regret, deep remorse, deep shame. He stopped walking. He placed. He took a deep breath. I will never let her carry this burden alone again. And at that moment, Jude made a decision. A real decision. A decision from the heart. Only after that moment, only after his soul humbled itself, did he walk slowly toward the kitchen. Not rushing, not shouting, just silent, sober, reflecting. He reached the doorway and stopped. There she was, Shoma, pregnant again, standing by the stove, tired hands, slow movement, heavy breathing, carrying everything alone, just as before. The air stood still. The world went quiet. Every memory of his dream flooded back into his mind, the pain, the tears, the exhaustion, the loneliness, the struggle. It played in his heart like a long silent movie. His eyes filled with tears. He did not say anything. He did not explain. He did not tell her about the dream. He didn't need to. Instead, he walked closer, gently took the cooking spoon from her tired hand, and said softly, "Rest, let me help you." Shoma turned slowly, surprised, confused, speechless. For the first time, Jude moved with humility. He cleaned the kitchen, he washed the plates, he swept the floor, he arranged the house, he helped the children. He served his wife with love, not because someone forced him, but because his heart had changed. His wife looked at him, amazed, emotional, almost in disbelief. But she said nothing. She simply smiled softly because she had finally seen a miracle in her home. And from that day forward, Jude was no longer the same man. The dream had done its work, and life had taught him compassion, love, and respect.